Closing game, combo collector, and Fesu. Welcome to the top 10 highest CGC comic books on eBay for the week of December 7th to 13th. Coming number 10, we have Superman issue 76, grade CGC 9.0. This is the book where Superman and Batman learn each other identity. And asking price was $8,776, but that just sold for $7,700. So let's go over to Go Collect. Go Collect, we have a 9.0. Unfortunately, not much data on this one right here. This was one that was just sold on eBay right here, and then the time before that was back in November 2006 for 2,868, and we have one auto sale. Actually, we do have two auto sale here, and that one sold for $3,737.50. So that's an increase of $3,263, and this was back in May of 2005. Coming number 9, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1. This one came in 1963, grade CGC 3.0. First appearance of J. Jonah Jameson, and also we have a Fantastic Four crossover. The asking price is $8,000, but that just sold for $7,675. So let's go to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have 3.0 right here, and this book sold as high at $16,800. So that's a decrease of $9,125. This is back in November 2021. And then we have one on the right here. So for $15,072 back in December 2021. And then we have, let's do one more. We one sold for $14,400 back in September 2021. Coming number 8, Amazing Spider-Man issue 2, CC 7.0, Fourth Vulture. Asking the sold price is $8,250. So let's go over the Heritage. Okay, over Heritage, we have a 7.0 right here. And then let's go down. This book sold as high as $7,200. So that's an increase of $1,150. This was sold back in April of 2021. And then let's check down here. We have one sold for $5,052 back in December 2025. And then we have now one sold for $3,465.50 back in August 2017. Let's do one more here. All right, and then we have one sold for $3,060 back in February 2019. So it's an increase right here of this book right here. Coming number 7, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1, CC 3.5. This one sold for $8,500. We have 3.0 earlier, sold for $7,675. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 3.5 right here, and this book sold as high $19,200. So that's a decrease of $10,700. This is back in April 2022, and then let's do one right here. We have one sold for $16,800 back in August 2021, and then let's do one more. We have one sold for $16,800 back in October 2021. Coming number 6, Wolverine issue 145, CC 9.8, Bone White Claw Foil Air Variant, highest grade, and this is a very rare book. The asking was $14,995, but sold for $8,988. So let's check why this book's so popular here. And let's click on this right here. Okay, so this is a qualified grade, manufactured without foil on cover. Return of Wolverine Adamantium, Hawkins Sable's appearance, Apocalypse appearance, cameo on last page, and then here's the Eric Lawson story and the artist there. So basically, it's this right here, manufactured without foil on cover. Coming number 5, Avengers issue 4, CZ 9.0, white pages for Silver Age Captain America. The asking price was $9,500, was actually over $9,024. So let's go to Go Collect. Go Collect 9.0 right here. And then the book sold was high 10,400. So that's a decrease of 1,376. And according to Go Collect, the 1 year high was 10,200. And then the low was 7,200. And then average 8,706. According to Go Collect, it's 8,750. Coming number 4, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1. This one came out in March of 1963. KCZ 5.0. Asking price was 16,300, but sold for 12,500. So this week we have a 3.0 sold for 7,675. A 3.5 sold for 8,500. And then a 5.0 sold for 12,500. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 5.0 right here. And then this book sold high 31,200. So that's a drop of 18,700. So this was back in November 2021. And then let's do one more here. And then we have one sold for 28,800 back in December 2021. And then one more here. And then one sold for $24,000 back in September 2021. Coming number 3, Amazing Fantasy 15, CZ 3.0, qualified gray, coupon missing, origin first appearance of Spider-Man. The asking and sold price was $15,999. So let's take a look at this book here. Here we are, there's a green label right here. And let me see, I'll zoom in here. So coupon missing from page 16. That's why I got a qualified gray. I guess the green label is better than the purple label, right? And let's see what this has to say. Origin first appearance of Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and first appearance of Uncle Ben and Aunt May. And here's the creator of this book. Coming number 2, Marvel Spotlight issue 5, grade CZ 9.2, white pages, signature series by Stan Lee. You recognize the Stan Lee logo right here. First appearance of Ghost Rider, and this one came in 1972. Asking and sold price was a little less than $20,000. So let's go over to Go Collect. Go Collect, we have a signature 9.2 right here. Unfortunately, not too many data here. And the last one that was sold was back in May 2023 for $7,433.64. So that is an increase of $12,566. And then let's see, the time before that, we have one sold for $5,250 in July 2020, and then one sold for $4,995 back in October 2019. Coming number 1 for this week, Amazing Fantasy 15, grade CC 6.0 is a restored label. It's a purple label right there. And asking and sold price was, asking price was $24,999, but it's actually sold for $23,250. So let's go over to Go Collect. Okay, Go Collect, we have a 6.0 restore right here. And then this was the one that was just sold on eBay. $23,250. Unfortunately, not too many data here. During 1 year, this sold for the highest. And it also does a low of $20,000. Let's go over to this chart right here. And the highest this one sold was $75,100. So that's a decrease of $51,850. This was back in June of 2022 there. So this might be an anomaly though. So I mean, if you take that out, and then we have one sold for $19,802, and then we have one sold for $15,000. So I'm not quite sure what's going on right here though. So just have to ignore that, and then. But anyway, Well, thank you for watching. If you enjoy the content, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.